everybody. Sorry, there we go. Hi. Welcome to social media part 2 for authors, um, put on by As the Crow Flies, which is my writing coaching uh, business. I'm going to give everybody a chance to get in. Don't forget to have a drink on hand, notes. I will be sending you some extra stuff, so don't worry. Also, you will be able to watch this video until the end of the month. So if you miss the video on the day, you can go ahead and watch it till the end of the month. Just add your comments below, and I will answer all your comments. So all your questions, all your comments, I promise to answer them. Stay tuned to the very end because you have a chance to win some cool prizes. So pay attention all the way to the end. Make sure you got your notebook and something to drink because we're going to be here for a little bit. We are going to have some intermissions, so don't worry. You'll have a chance to pause, and I will try to add timestamps for those. There are links down in the description below to my author page, both of them, to my writing group on the Wings for Writers, and to where you can order all of my workshops, printables, you name it, and writing coaching courses at buymeacupofcoffee.com/SACrow extras. You can always find all of my stuff there. I'm branching out soon, so I will have some other locations, but that is the first and the best place to find them. And of course, I have a free consultation that you can sign up for at all times. So check those out. If you haven't taken Social Media for Authors Part 1, you can buy that workshop at Buy Me a Coffee. So don't worry. You still can take this workshop without that one, but that one does have some things this one does not have. So this is a continuation. So while we're waiting, go ahead and pop in the comments or in the chat if you're here. How do you feel about social media? How do you feel about social media personally? And how do you feel about social media business-wise? Because those are two different things. When you post personally, that's your personal stuff, your personal beliefs, things like that. When you post as your author business, because remember, the key is author equals entrepreneur, whether you are independent or traditionally published. So there is your business side, your persona, the identity of your authorship. For instance, S.A. Crow, as you know me, is one kind of person. But Anne Crow, I write something completely different, and that is a different side of me. So, yeah, those are two different personas. Those are two different brands. They have two different color schemes. They have, I will share certain things on one than I would on the other. For instance, on Anne Crow, I am doing Medium articles on urban fantasy and how to, right now I have a series on how to avoid urban fantasy cliches. So, well, we are 5 past, so I'm going to go ahead and start.
Do you have people responding? You might want to check and see if they can. Because remember, Kitty couldn't get in.
Okay. Thank you, Jen. All right. So here's our table of contents and what we're going to cover today. We are going to cover what part 1 was and how you can get it, brand personality exercise, building your strategy, content batching, best times to post, understanding your platform, what to do when you're an introvert, how to turn followers into readers. And I haven't finished the book yet. What do I do? Do I even worry about this stuff? And how to reuse old content. So about me, As the Crow Flies is my writing coaching business, and success starts with a dream is our motto. I help fellow authors and writers reach their goals, and I've been a writing coach since college, where I worked as a study writing tutor at Texas Wesleyan University in Fort Worth, Texas. And I got a certificate in Socratic method, guided learning and facilitating discussion through disciplined inquiry. I'm also dyslexic, so I can help some authors with tips and tricks that I have used to help me get through. I've also developed methods to work with around disability and encourage others to find workable methods to overcome any issues. I am a poet, a romance author. I have a fire series out, my romance suspense series. We're about to have the third one this year in that series. I also am the editor for Raven's Cookbook, which is our writing group's cookbook for charity. I also write as Anne Crow, which is urban fantasy, and I manage On the Wings for Writers on Discord and Facebook. I'm going to pause for a second and double check, but I checked the link. Uh-oh. We are having a small issue. Okay. Hold on just a second. Seems to be a mix-up, and I don't know why. There's Cool Gamer. Hi. Okay, so let me copy this link. I don't know why there seemed to be an issue. Okay. I'm fixing it. Okay, here we go. Let me share this one other place just to be absolutely certain. Oops. Okay. We haven't gone too far in. Sorry about that. I just want to make sure everybody could see this. I don't know why it's being strange. Okay. So in part 1 of social media for authors, we covered social media, finding your ideal reader, picking your focus, building your brand, and learning where your ideal reader can be found. So if you're interested in part 1, of course, you can get that at the link below. Okay, so brand building personality exercise. So this exercise is based on the brand personality framework, which was originally developed by Stanford University researcher Jennifer Acker in Dimensions on Brand. So give me a second. Let me get that for us. So here's how it works. Is a personality traits. Is there any personality traits you choose to represent your brand will fall under one of these 5 dimensions? For example, imaginative falls under the excitement dimension. Charming falls under sophistication, and so on. So we have the first one, which is sincerity, and that covers down to earth, honest, wholesome, cheerful. So maybe if you write cozy romances that are less steamy, if you just write maybe young adult fiction that doesn't have suspense or anything in it, or just fiction in general, chick literature. Excitement covers spirited, imaginative, and up to date. Yes. Competence, reliable, intelligent, successful, hard. That might be more of your nonfiction. Sophistication, upper class, charming, glamorous, feminine. So romance, things like that. Ruggedness, outdoorsy, tough, masculine, Western. So how to your brand personality. On the following, you're going to identify all of the traits you'd love to become known for. Think about how you want people to feel about your brand when they think of you. Then look to see which of the 5 categories is dominant. This is your personality dimension. In order to be clear and consistent when communicating with your personality in your actions, messaging, and visual identity, you'll need to narrow down the individual traits within the dimension to no more than 3 to 5. So let's come with 3 to 5 words that you would associate with your brand. Let's see. For SA Crow, I would pick courageous. I would pick feminine, sensual, and I would pick friendly. So a majority of my picks are a sophisticated category. Therefore, when I think about my branding, I want to think about a sophisticated woman because she is my ideal reader. She probably shops at Lane Bryant in Torrid because all of my women are curvy and natural. Also, I am having so many issues with this. So I know the kinds of places she would shop, the kind of things that she would buy, the kind of places she would go. She likes romance with a little bit of suspense, a little bit of a rugged hero. Yeah. So it take a little while. Think about your personality, what words you associate with your writing, and with maybe your ideal reader. So that's our brand personality exercise. If you would like more information on that, simply comment in the chat that's happening right now or in the comments down below, and I'll be happy to run through that with you. So, building social media strategy. I want day one. Here we go. So the first thing you want to do is set goals. What goals do you want to reach within 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, at the end of the year? Then make notes of your current followers for your platform. So also make sure that you are tracking those things, or you know how to reference back on those platforms. Directions. Where would you like to direct your followers? Do you want to direct them to your newsletter? Do you want to direct them to your webpage, your book sales locations, your Medium articles, your blog? Where do you want to direct those readers and followers? Then network. Find giveaways, newsletter swaps, blog guest author or author interviews options. Write articles write a blog about your journey. I remember way back in the day, before I even thought about becoming a writer, professionally, becoming an author, I went and I was reading Laurell K. Hamilton's blog. If you don't know who Laurell K. Hamilton is, she wrote the Anita Blake series and the Mary Gentry series, very urban fantasy, both of them. And I followed her blog, and she would talk about how the writing was going, or her vacation, or what it was like to go on a trip, all sorts of things like that. Okay, so next we're going to talk about content batching. You want to save yourself as much time as possible. I'm serious. I'm going to go ahead and take my camera away for the moment so you can see this. Save yourself some time. Set aside, if you want to do it weekly, set aside 20 or 30 minutes to do your weekly blog post, your weekly content. You know, make your art, research your hashtags, put them up, get it all done for the week. If you want to do that for the month, do it for the month. I personally do it for the month. If you want to do it for the year, you can do it ahead of time for the whole entire year or the quarter. I make note of things that are happening for each quarter, so that way I can make judgments on the quarter content. So how do you do this? Content batching is where all your social media at a time. Instead of taking time to post one social media post, you speed all your creativity and period of time to create and post a week's worth or months or quarters worth of media posts. Taking care to make sure that your social media posts are directing your followers where you want and finding your way onto news feeds. Be consistent. Identify with your weekly goals or your monthly goals or your quarterly goals for your social media platforms. What projects do you want to encourage and share with your followers? And how do you make sure to stay on brand across your posts? So remember, branding is important. So you keep that color scheme maybe going. You keep your ideal reader knowledge. And then use social media schedulers. There are a ton of social media schedulers on the internet. Facebook has one that allows you to post on both of Facebook and Instagram for free. And pick a schedule that works for you and your chosen social media platforms. Make it easier on yourself. Okay? So, when are the best times to post? Again, I'm going to do this. So, depending on where you're focusing your social media goals, don't worry about posting for all of social media. It's too much. You're scattershotting. You're not looking for your ideal reader. So, Facebook, the best are Wednesdays through Friday. Worst are Saturday, peak times between 9 and 1 p.m. Instagram, the best is Tuesday. Worst day is Sunday. Peak times are 10 to 3 p.m. and so forth and so on. This doesn't mean only post on those days. It just means if you have a post that's really important and you want to make sure that it gets seen at the right time, then you want to post at these times for these social media brands. Okay? You can post every day. Posting every day is important. But if it's very important, if it's like a giveaway that you're doing, if it's like a book sale that you have going on, if it's a workshop, whatever. Thank you, Rach. Okay. Then, go ahead and post at those peak times. All right. So here's a break for questions. This is our first intermission. So feel free to ask questions. Comment down below. Take a few moments. Comment down below if you are watching the replay. And so it's a good time if you need to get up, you need to move, anything like that. I will still be here. So don't worry. I'm going to play a little bit of calming music for you. Here's our first question. What auto posting programs would you suggest, or do you do this individually? I highly suggest if your ideal reader is going to be on Facebook and Instagram, go through Facebook. It'll make your life so much easier. How much would I use at this point? Also, Canva has a social media scheduler. If you have Pro Canva, go with that. I highly recommend that. Connect your social medias to that and use that as well. Those are the two places that I would use most frequently. I use the Facebook and Instagram duo every month. So that's what I would suggest. All right, so thank you for the questions. We're going to keep moving forward. So, understanding your platform. Okay. Okay, so social media for authors for part one, you picked 2 social media platforms to fixate on, to work with, focus on. Don't pick too many. 2 is plenty. So today we're going to get a better understanding of the platforms and how to reach your ideal reader, how to gain followers. So we'll start with the big 2 that are to work with. If you write romance, I highly suggest Facebook and Instagram. So Facebook is the largest social media outlet in the world with the most active users. People are most familiar with it. It offers the most detailed analytics and data regarding your connections. Their ads are very effective if used correctly. More than 70% of online adults use Facebook. Instagram is 32% of all internet users are on Instagram. 59% of the internet users between the ages of 18 and 29 use Instagram. And 33% of internet users between the ages of 30 and 49 use Instagram. So female internet users are up to 38% on Instagram. And then 26% are male. 17% are teens. And this was according to, and that's up from 2012. Twitter was the most popular with 18 to 29-year-old demographic, but Twitter has been having some issues. So some authors have been moving from Twitter to Tumblr, and I am sure that we have somebody who would be happy to talk about Tumblr. Snapchat is roughly 40% of users are female and 41% are male. The U.S. has the most Snap users with 108 million when these numbers were done. India has even more. France is 74 million. Europe is, 69% of U.S. say they use Snapchat. TikTok is massive. 90% of users visit the app more than once per day. So, collection apps include TikTok has a total of over 1 million monthly users, and that was a while back. And so what does this mean? There is stuff for each one. So if I have more information for Facebook and Instagram, if you would like it. Okay, let's see. We have a few things here. Really no scheduler for videos is there through Canva, but sometimes the platform doesn't pick up on your licensing through Canva Pro on the music. Oftentimes, have done is I've gone to YouTube, and if you're doing videos with YouTube, is grab one of their YouTube songs that works for you, download that, and use that for YouTube. TikTok, what I would do is I would do the video on Canva or on TikTok itself, and then add their music that they have available. Twitter has lost a lot, but they just placed a new CEO who plans to take things back to where it was before Elon screwed everything up. Yeah, so if you're on the fence about Twitter, remember there still are some diehard Twitter people, so don't be afraid to use it. Okay. So how to handle social media when you're an introvert or an extrovert. We talked about how to view social media when you're an introvert in part 1, but let's revisit it a little bit and feel more comfortable about it. Most people cringe at the idea of pushing themselves out to the public whether in person or on social media outlets. Remember that question I asked in the beginning on how you feel about social media personally and how do you feel about it business wise? Our solution, one solution is to pretend that you are sharing a friend. We are often generous and hype our friends everywhere we can. Do the same with your items as you would a friend. Another solution is to pretend that you're talking to a friend about what you're doing. Make the art and show it to a friend when they give you feedback, then share it with your other friends to see. Next solution is to helping the community. Remember that you are writing for a reason. You are creating things for a reason to share your knowledge or your story. So you're actually helping the community by sharing items on social media. And the last solution idea I have is for today is that you put on your Oracle or real marketing hat. Most of us are indie authors and have to wear many hats every day. Put on your marketing hat, treat it as a job you're doing for an author, and you have daily, weekly, and monthly marketing goals you have to meet as if it were a 9 to 5 traditional job. Give yourself deadlines and review your work in progress. So we're going to take another break. There's still some awesome folks on Twitter. Very true. Very true. I follow some great groups on Twitter. I got very lucky. Another little break for questions or to get up and move, get something to drink. Okay. All right. Moving on. Now we're going to talk about how to turn I would if I could find the right one I want. There we go. So how to turn followers into readers. Take into account your ideal reader and where they'll be located. So remember in social media for authors part 1, we figured out who our ideal reader is. And we talked a little bit about that in the beginning. So if you want to, you can go back to that. Research other authors in your genre or close to your genre and see what they're doing. What are they sharing? What do their numbers look like? And take a little time and do that. Post content that your ideal reader is looking for. Does your ideal reader want to learn about you? Yes, they do. They want to learn about you as a person or as your persona for that pen name. Remember, you don't have to share super private things, but you can share a little bit of how the writing project's going, a vacation maybe you take, something like that. Try writing for publications, guest author spots, try writing for anthologies or simple sample collabs. That will get you other readers as well that you would normally not get because they might buy a author collab or an anthology based on somebody else who's in it. And comment and interact with other authors on their social media. Ask them how they're doing. Ask them if they have any tips or tricks. Give them a little bit of something feedback. Tell them, hey, I really like that post. I like what you did with that. Where are you using, how are you getting those graphics? Where did you get those from? So that's a great way to turn followers into readers. I'm normally introvert, but on social media, I'm a ham. So it works out. It does work out, yeah. All right. So say you are still working on your book and you're like, well, what do I post? Should I post on social media if I should I even have professional social media stuff if I don't have my book out? Yes. Post before your book comes out. So, here are some ways to do that and why you need to do that. One, learn the lingo of the publishing world and the terms other authors use are familiar with. If you see somebody post about something like, I remember back when I was first starting and somebody said WIP, I didn't know what WIP was. I was like, what is WIP? And I finally asked an author one day, I said, what is WIP? And they said, oh, work in progress. I was like, oh, okay. Because there are so much lingo that authors have that you need to know. Follow other authors on social media. Yes, follow authors that write in your genre, because they'll be able to help you. You get to see what they're doing. Talk to them. Research hashtags. Join community tabs and tags and lists that fit your genre, like romance writers or romance authors or romance novels for me. Share your author persona, your journey, art that inspires your project. Go live. Go live on these sites. Go live on Facebook. Go live on Instagram. Go live on, TikTok. Talk to people. They really want to interact with you. If they feel like they're getting to know that persona, they are so invested. Think about the people you follow and why you follow them, why you pay attention to them, why you look for their stuff. What is it about that that makes you keep going back to their stuff? And then how to reuse stuff. Nothing has to go to waste. You have probably done some great posts. So take a look back, see which posts did well, see what you can do to update them a little bit or similar, and repost or just completely repost it. Because remember, people look at social media completely differently. I use social media as a tool. I look when I want to. I don't have any notifications on my phone for any social media platforms. So I choose when I go to a social media platform. So I may miss your post. So post it again, post several times. It's okay. You are not bombarding everybody with the same post. So remember to post again. Change from one platform to another. If you post something on maybe Facebook, maybe slightly change it for Instagram. Maybe slightly change it for TikTok or something else. And then switch them occasionally. Grab an old post and repost it. Remodel your best parts of your blog. If you write a blog, take parts of it, make that a post. There's some content right there for you. Update your common weekly posts with new art. Change it for the season. So, like if you're doing posts about your books, maybe have different seasons posts about your book. So, say you have summer Into the Fire, you have autumn posts about Into the Fire, you have winter posts about Into the Fire, you have spring posts about Into the Fire, you have holiday posts about your book. So take a few moments and think about how you can refresh a post and using holiday seasons, giveaways, whatever it may be. Alrighty. So we're going to take our last break for questions. This is before I get to all the other stuff at the end. Any questions about those last things? Do you feel more comfortable about posting if you're an introvert? Do you feel more comfortable about picking out your ideal reader? Do you feel more comfortable about the fact that you're not bombarding people with posts? I just recently looked back through old posts and was like, oh, wait, that was a really pretty post. I only post that once. Oh my gosh, I'm going to grab that and reuse it again. So take your time. Give you guys a little bit to scribble some stuff out or type out questions if you need to. Remember, if you're not watching this live and you're watching the replay, just comment down below and I will promise you that I will answer your questions. I pretty promise. Alrighty, so meet the team. I am president and CEO. Of course, I'm also the co-owner of the Buddy program and the AuthorWorks Creative Mastermind Group. We will be taking new members for that at the end of the year. It's limited seating for the Creative Mastermind Group. There's only seating for 8 authors or writers. So make sure when you see those posts from me that you catch up. I also have As the Crow Flies Facebook group. If you are interested in that, that is open to everyone. But if you've taken a course with me, I have a private one as well. Some reviews of my past workshops. So you stayed all the way to the end. So answer the review form to be entered into a giveaway. I will be adding that to the description. Let me add it into the chat here. So this is the link to the form. And if you fill out the review form, you will be entered to win a gift certificate for a workshop, a gift certificate. I'm also giving a gift certificate for a writing coaching. And you can also win a gift certificate for one of my planners. And of course, I want to thank my beautiful supporters that help me keep doing these things for you guys. If you would like to become a supporter, just head on over to buymeacoffee.com/SACrow. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for attending. I'm so glad that I got to be here with you guys and do this. I hope you catch the replay. Again, this link will be available for the entire month. So take that, fill out that review form so you can enter to win. Thank you so much and have a safe and fantastic week. I will be back Monday morning for Tea Time with me, where I will be reading from my second book for you guys.